Good afternoon. Welcome to Knowledge Corner. This will be episode 3. What we're going to talk about today is your ninth grader transitioning into high school, and I'm going to give you 5 points for you to kind of follow to help them along, guide them through their first year of high school. Start the timer. Okay. So first, you want to encourage your student to build relationships with their teachers and their counselors. Encourage them to be a presence in the teacher's life and the counselor, and be understanding that your student is one of many students, depending upon the size of the class, that the counselor is counselor or teacher is dealing with. So encourage them to reach out to them through email, especially the counselor if the counselor can't see the child at a time, because they can be busy because they have multiple students to deal with as well. But utilize the counselor. It's very important because the counselor is a resource that they can have to help them, to keep them on track as far as their curriculum, the classes that they need to take, the electives that will help them uh, um, uh, go in the direction that they want to go with their education. If they're talking to their counselor, I'm going to say counselor, advisor. I think they use advisor more at the college level, but if I say advisor, that I'm talking about the counselor, just to clarify that. The counselor can help them, guide them through their high school curriculum. They're very important. The teacher is important as well, especially if it's a class that the student is not strong in. If whatever it is, I'm going to use math or in science as an example. Get to know your teacher. Learn if they're having any tutorials before school, after school, during their free break, or whatever that you can possibly get into to get a sound understanding of the subject matter, whatever it may be. Then you want to encourage a student to think about what they want to do after high school. If you haven't been up until this point talking to them about life after high school, now is definitely the time to start speaking to them about what they want to do after high school, whatever that may be. It doesn't have to be a 4-year school. It doesn't have to be, you just want them almost to guide you to see. You want to ask questions to kind of see what direction they're trying to go in, and then that can help you guide them in that direction. So talk to them about the high school, what they want to do after high school, and they can also talk to their counselor, teacher, about what they want to do. A lot of the teachers are younger and may have just recently gotten degrees or within the last 5-10 years, and they have a connection to the college environment or the environment that they're coming from, and they can give a certain perspective on that topic as well. So you want to create a well-rounded environment for the student, so that they feel like they have the resources in place to learn more about what life can be after high school. Once you start talking to them about what they want to do, how they want to do, I think you want to put a plan in place to help them achieve their dreams, what they're talking to you about. If they come back and they say they want to be a teacher, then of course there's electives in high school that have early childhood education, where they're going into pre-K school classes, and they're teaching. Excuse that noise. They're teaching at the pre-K level. They're assisting in the classroom. So that's important. Help your kid. Help your kid be exposed. Exposure is important. If they're interested in the law, try to create a relationship with an attorney, and a lot of times they're open to, if you know, to them coming in the office, maybe learning about the different cases, and just being in that environment, because that helps a lot. You have to be in the environment and understand what you're going to be dealing with, get a sense of what you're going to be dealing with while you're in that environment. You want to encourage them while they're that first year, encourage them to get involved in extracurricular activities, whether it be sports, but it doesn't have to be sports. A lot of schools offer all types of clubs depending upon the student's interest. There's drama clubs, there's cooking clubs, there's wood shop type clubs. If that's not a class that can be taken as an elective, you want, that's important, because that can also help shape the direction that they take after high school, what they're involved in. It'll help having them be involved in extracurricular activities will help make their high school career even more well-rounded. And that's important as well, because if you have that release, when you're bogged down with classes all day, and you can have something, you have a couple of classes you can look forward to, whether that be PE or whether it be an art class or something like that. So you want them to get involved. It can get involved with the yearbook, and that's exposure, because you'll learn how to do print work, and also how to pick photography, writing. All that comes into play with that as well. So you just want to give them as much exposure to them, and have a lot of patience with them, because they are adjusting to a new environment, and they could be going from a small middle school to a large high school, and so it takes some adjusting. Because you're going from being the big person on campus in middle school, 8th grader, to you're still you're a small fish in a big pond in high school. So you want them to feel open to talk to you, because it's another time where a lot can be going on, and they're going to need as much guidance in that as much in that environment as much as possible. So I hit the 5 points already. You want to encourage your students to get sound grades, good grades. Don't have to be straight A's, but you want them to have their grades be solid. You got your core classes. You want them to have developed good study habits in the 9th grade, because that'll carry them through the rest of their educational career as far as study habits. You want them to be able to look at a study guide that's given to them, or be able to take notes in classes like their social study, history classes, science classes, things of that nature. Developing those good habits in the beginning will help them in the long run as they're trying to complete their high school career. It's important that the kids they're feeling comfortable in that environment, and they're made to feel comfortable in that environment. One thing you can do is, as you're talking to them about life after high school, ask them how things are going. How's your day going? What did you do today? How was classes? How are things going? And as they're talking to you, maybe you can reach, if you hear something that you got a question about, you can reach out to the teacher yourself to get clarification, because you are, at that point, you're still getting information from a child, 14, 15-year-old child, and they have their own way of putting things that might not be the teacher or counselor or administrative staff meaning. So you want to get the other side of it. So just try to be as open, two-sided as you can, and just keep an open dialogue. So you want to encourage your student to create a relationship with your counselor and their teachers. Email is good. Encourage them to email the teacher and the counselors as needed. They are wonderful resources for their topics. Then you want to make sure that the student is thinking about what to do after high school. You know, career paths that they want to take. That's very important. And then you want to discuss how a plan can be developed, how they can go about ensuring that they are on track to reach their career goals. You want to encourage them to get involved in the curricular activities. That's important. And you also want to encourage them to create good, solid grades. Do the work, get good, solid grades, because that's going to be important in the long run too. As you get that overall, grade, your overall grade GPA. So it's all important, and we have to. We just want to work with the kids and be there for the kids. So that's the 5 points. I've hit on them. If you have any questions, I can be reached at emailed at iamandrealglover@gmail.com. That's iamandrealglover@gmail.com. Thank you.